I would try to befriend an individual, whether that be with my real name or with an alias, and I would try to manipulate that individual into doing something that would give me access to their devices. So to this day, they never found out, and they will never find out. I mean, unless somebody in that database is watching this, now you know. I have your data, and we will find you.
The dark web isn't a marketplace in the way many assume. Once connected, users need to know where to go to find specific content or services.
The dark web itself isn't a marketplace like what you're thinking. Right? So the black market, or whatever you want to call it, once you're connected to the dark web, Tor, the onion router, what I was explaining before, you still need to know where to go to visit these horrible websites. And they're like, imagine a very long string of letters and numbers, and the website, instead of .com, it'd be .onion. You can't visit those websites in a regular browser. You have to do that while you're connected to the onion router, which you could download at the TOR's website.
One popular way to explore the dark web is through the Hidden Wiki, a directory that links to various dark websites categorized by their purpose.
And then you could go to a thing called like the Hidden Wiki, and the Hidden Wiki will show you all different categories of these websites with a link to them. And there's marketplaces, there's horrible things on there like for hire, there's counterfeit money, there's fake IDs, there are all kinds of different websites that do horrible things.
The Onion Router, Tor, is a powerful tool designed to anonymize your internet traffic, offering a layer of privacy even beyond a VPN's capabilities.
What is the Onion Router?
So the Onion Router is a tool, an open source project that was created to anonymize your traffic on the internet. And it decentralizes, I believe decentralized would be the word for it, your internet traffic. It keeps you anonymous beyond a VPN. I would still recommend that you use a virtual private network on top of Tor if you want to be anonymous, but it's just a layer of security that's free, and it keeps it's like, for example, let's say you use Comcast for your internet service provider. They could see that you're using Tor, but they can't see what you're looking at. If you use a VPN and then you use Tor, they can only tell you're using a VPN, but they can't tell you're using Tor. So it's just an internet within an internet.
Many websites are mirrored on both the regular internet and the dark web, expanding access to services while maintaining anonymity.
One thing, I guess the only thing on the dark web, quote unquote, I hate that word, but the dark web, quote unquote, that I had access to was when I originally hacked the website that we're going to talk about. They branched out to have not only a website on the ClearNet, on the regular internet, but their website was mirrored on the dark web. And I had 3 backdoors in their system, and it branched out over to the dark web. So I had a backdoor on the dark web too, which was kind of a cool thing to have. So I needed to be connected to Tor, the Onion Router, to connect to my backdoor. But that was I was only using that backdoor to exfiltrate data every single day. So let's say you were infected with some type of malware, and that person grabs from your Chrome or your Safari all of the saved passwords and all of the sessions. Like a website, to be signed into a website, you have to have a session. So if I took that session and replaced mine with yours, now I'm mute without a password. So some of that stuff gets released on the dark web, or it's Tor. I like to call it Tor, T-O-R, the Onion Router. That's what the dark web is. But it gets released there, and sometimes on the publicly facing web. And a lot of people aren't aware of what information is actually out there. Because remember, each one of those plugins is by an individual creator that could have messed up at any point in their code. So you're only as strong as your strongest plugin. So that's one thing there. Shopify has their own security, and then you have your own security based on your plugins.
If you really wanted to, hack into Mossad, okay, the military intelligence, or MI6, UK military intelligence, or even our CIA, could you do it? And how deep could you go in?
So if I was, I can't say that I can or can't because I've never tried.
Ethical hackers often operate as individuals, attempting to manipulate others into granting them access to their devices or sensitive data.
But I would say the first thing that I would go for would be an individual. I would try to befriend an individual, whether that be with my real name or with an alias, and I would try to manipulate that individual into doing something that would give me access to their devices. I wasn't sure, like I said, when I got the text messages, and I wanted to try to take, my goal was to just take the site down, and I knew I could make that happen because it was on the clear net, regular internet for anyone to visit. I knew I could do that, but I didn't know if I could actually get access to their server. Once I found the vulnerability, maybe an hour, 2 hours at the most, if I could remember correctly. It wasn't long. And they never found out they were hacked. So to this day, they never found out. They will never find out. I mean, unless somebody in that database is watching this, now you know. I have your data, and we will find you. So I actually recommend you come forward so we don't have to make the story up for you.
This looks like something I would use to charge my phone.
Yeah.
With a charger, yeah.
And that's, so I have every single charger you can imagine in here, all of them, right? So actually what this is, the reason why I have this little orange thing here is because there is no way I'd ever know that this was a charger. That this was not a charger without this orange tag, because it is that perfect. So the NSA is selling these for $20,000. And I have a friend, MG, he goes by, who is selling them for, a couple $100s a piece. And I have a bunch of them I can show you. But this one I preloaded with something cool that you'll appreciate. So this is a charger that will work. I could hand this to you and say, hey, here's my charger, man, or replace yours, right? Whatever you got plugged in, I'm sure I have a replacement for that. You bring this home, it could act like a charger forever, but as soon as this plugs in, inside of this tiny little plastic right here, inside of this is a Wi-Fi chip, a mini computer, and this thing emulates a keyboard and can type at 860 characters per second.
Ethical hackers are acutely aware that even the most innocent-looking hardware can be weaponized for malicious purposes.
It is so dangerous, man. It's just, I have so many gadgets with me, and we probably don't have enough time to go through. I mean, I have literally 50 plus gadgets with me. So yeah, I'll show you a couple of them, but don't want to go too crazy. Yeah, that's a European site that you can buy it from.
Yeah, right. There's this complete wireless pen testing payload platform invisibility embed inside a cable, originally a clandestine NSA tool costing over $20,000. Now available to everyone. $200.
Yeah, there's a name for it too. I think it was, I can't remember the exact name the NSA was calling it, but you could see the actual government document with the cost for exactly the same thing.
So now what does this do?
So I'm going to show you what it does, but it can monitor your keystrokes. So you can put this in line in between your
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you can put this in line in between your keyboard and your computer. I could put this in straight into your phone. I could put this, I can type keys at, like I said, at 860 words per second. I can leave it there and come back later. This thing has its own Wi-Fi network that I connect to inside of this. And then if you were to, you can match this up to yours and see it's absolutely identical.
100% same thing.
Yeah, so if you didn't have that little orange thing on there, you'd easily lose that.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Is the one you have, is that the new design, or is that the...
I couldn't even tell you. This is just...
well, I just meant, is it the woven one? Or
this
is that
the one that's the Apple one. This is actual Apple.
Okay, so let me show you the Apple one while my computer is booting. I don't know why it's not booted up yet. I have so many of them. He gave me a ton. Yeah, here, look at this one. That is not an Apple charger.
This is the same thing as the other one?
By exploiting vulnerabilities, ethical hackers can surreptitiously monitor people's devices and observe everything they do without their knowledge.
Yeah.
And so let's just say you give this to somebody you're spying on, okay? They put it to charge. You're now seeing who I'm texting, what I'm doing, videos I'm playing, everything I'm doing, you're seeing all of it.
Not texting, because I can't, but on the computer, yes. Yeah, on the phone, I'm able to inject keystrokes into the phone. Let's say I want to install a virus on your Android or something. I could do that with that device, but I can't tell what you're typing. On your computer, I can tell what you're typing. So these things are wild.
$200.
Yeah, per cable, you know.
Who buys them? Who uses them?
So they're intended for penetration testers like myself to do the right thing. But you know, threat actors can buy them as well. All right, so let's get this thing.
They're intended for penetration tests that you do for companies.
Yes. Okay, so make sure everything's plugged in. We're not on any. Yeah, there's no internet here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, and you can see here that without this this orange thing I have on here just so I don't lose it with my actual charger.
Yep.
But I don't have to have that on here. I just don't wanna lose it.
One method ethical hackers might use is a fake charging cable designed to infiltrate devices and capture sensitive information.
So I'm gonna plug this into USB-C, which, you know, you can pick whatever one you want. So that's plugged into USB-C. This side, I'm not gonna connect to anything. I could charge my phone with it. I could do whatever I want with it, but what I'm gonna do is on my phone, I'm gonna go to Wi-Fi. I'm gonna click OMG. Now I just created a network from this cable that's plugged in. It's not plugged into
we don't have an OMG network here.
No.
Okay.
No, and this is not plugged into anything.
Okay.
So this is creating a Wi-Fi network.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to it in my browser. And then I have an interface here that I can connect with. So I'm gonna go in the file menu, I'm gonna load payload 1. There we go. Now I'm gonna hit build and run, which I could be very far away from the computer. This is just showing an example of it. See how fast that's typing?
What's it doing?
It's typing PBD
Get outta
podcast and
here.
0 Day was here.
Get out of
So that could have been anything.
Yeah.
That could have been a malicious command. That could have been a virus that it downloaded. That could have been anything that I wanted it to be. And I have now remote control over this cable that if I plug right into my phone, watch, plug it into my phone,
charges.
charging. You would have no idea that this implant is in your house.
Just because there's a Wi-Fi in here?
And more. There's more in there. I'm just simplifying it.
So this is like a small little computer.
Yeah. And it weighs the same, looks the same, feels the same. You would never know that thing is extremely dangerous.
And so this is used for an ethical person to do a penetration test on a company. What does an unethical hacker do with that tool right there?
An unethical hacker can use this tool to steal people's credentials, to monitor and to spy on people, to look through your webcam, to try to get access to your network, to your phone, they're going to do it for they got the bad things. An ethical hacker is going to try to access your computer, to access other computers, to try to take over your company, so that you can show where the weaknesses are, so you can make it better. So it's essentially the same concepts though, but one has a good goal in mind, the other one has screwing someone over in mind.
To protect against such threats, using a data blocker is recommended, as it limits a cable's functionality to just charging, preventing data transfer.
So the way that I would recommend protecting yourself from this would be with what's called a data blocker, right? So a data blocker is something like this. I'll show you. Okay, so there's two things here I want to show you. So you can buy a data blocker for about $5 on Amazon. You can plug any USB device into it, and it's only going to limit it to charging, so that even if it is a malicious cable, it can't be abused. This is a malicious cable detector that he also sells, that if you want to be extra overboard, you can buy, plug it into this, and it'll tell you if it's a malicious cable or not. But Screen Crab, this one's an interesting one. So the cameras aren't set up in a way for me to demonstrate it, but check this out. So you can probably, it's in there. Okay, so this device, if you see on one side, it has USB-C.
Yep.
Which you could do USB-C to USB-A, which is just this little square USB, and then HDMI, and then it also has a little antenna.
Okay.
Right? You don't need the antenna. It also has one other thing here for an SD card, which you can fit right here with, you can put 2 terabytes in this thing, or a terabyte, a lot of storage. Put your HDMI in, put your power in, every TV, every monitor, for the most part, is going to have a USB port. So get a small USB port, a small HDMI, put this in the back of a computer screen or the back of a computer desktop. And you could even put a little post-it note saying like HDMI enhancer or do not remove or IT only, like something that, you know, would scare somebody from unplugging it.
Advanced technology allows certain malicious devices to wirelessly transmit real-time data with minimal delay, offering high-quality visual surveillance from a distance.
And this thing can wirelessly, from quite some distance, transmit with almost no delay, in high quality, what's going on the screen. And if you're not within proximity, let's say you go out of the proximity of this antenna, it stores all of that footage on the SD card, which could be, from what I was actually told by a friend, years, depending on the interval of how often it's taking snapshots. So check behind your screens, check behind your computers, look for a device like this, which is like a man-in-the-middle type of device that is capturing your screen. And, you know, there's so much more out there to be scared of, but this is something that you could easily check. If it's there, unplug it and throw it in the trash, call the police, do whatever you got to do. There's a lot more to the story of how, you know, I came up in the hacking community and how I learned the methodologies, learned how to find vulnerabilities in things, you know, which I can go into that if you'd like.
Sure, absolutely.
So yeah, I would be here 6 hours explaining all of it, but you know, if anyone remembers AOL Instant Messenger, it was called AIM. There was also something called IRC, which is an internet relay chat, which, you know, is ancient, but that's how people communicated back then online. And I was part of a lot of groups where there were a lot of hackers. All I knew them by were screen names. Mm-hmm. I didn't have their real names for the most part. You know, most of them would just go by an alias, and so would I. They didn't realize I was a little boy, and I don't know if they were little boys as well or they were, you know, grown men. I have no idea. But I guess the curiosity in me, and me being one of the kids that always just say why to everything over and over and over, everything was why. I was blessed to have a group of people that were willing to mentor me and teach me the things that were so interesting. So when I saw something get hacked or I seen a vulnerability in, let's just say, AOL Instant Messenger, I would have a group of people that would be more than happy to teach me how they did that, and then I would recreate it myself. And I'd get that same adrenaline rush, which is like addictive to say the least, which then went on to more things. I mean, if you want to get into that, I will.
In one case, an ethical hacker became an administrator of a hacker community site, Digital Gangster, and used it to orchestrate large-scale affiliate marketing schemes by mailing millions of people.
I became an administrator of the website Digital Gangster, which was full of hackers and marketers, kind of a combination of both. So back then it was like the Wild West. You could send, you know, let's say acai weight loss berries. They were paying, you know, $9 per sale. They would give you a unique URL. You would send that URL out to, let's just say, 1 million people, because there wasn't a junk mailbox, there wasn't spam filters. And then you would just start randomly mailing hundreds of thousands or 1 million people and collect your commissions from these affiliate networks. So we would combine hacking methodology and affiliate marketing, and that was kind of the short version of what Digital Gangster was.
What's the most money you ever made on one of these affiliate marketing email campaigns?
Without going into the specific details of what and how, I would say 30,000 in a day.
At 12 or 13 years old?
Probably 13, yeah.
So when it's happening at 13 years old, what money is that? What account is that money going into?
So I had a PayPal account that got banned, and then my mom's.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what's mom saying the first time you see 30,000 in them? Is she like, honey, let's do it again? Or is she like, what are you doing? What are you up to?
So my mom has always been like a friend to me, but she's still my mother at the end of the day. Of
course.
You know, I love my mom. And my mom has questioned everything I've ever done, but always has my back. You know, she'll ask me 1 million questions, but she'll be very supportive. She knows that I have a good heart. She knows I would never, you know, try to hurt anybody in any type of way. So I don't think that I can't remember the conversation verbatim of how that all went, but yeah, it's she was fully aware of the
now
marketing.
the people that hired you at Digital Gangster, do they know how old you are, or they don't know yet? Because at the time when they're hiring, you're not necessarily putting your age.
So Digital Gangster, you didn't have to be hired. It was a forum that anybody could join. And then, you could be, like I said, you could use an alias, you could use your real name, you could use whatever you wanted. I joined there as under an alias, and then earned my way up the ranks without anyone actually knowing who I was.
Ends the same way that biblical prophets received their prophecy. Nikola Tesla was clearly in touch with something.
Nikola Tesla's divine code 369 method that he believed was the secrets to the universe.
Nikola Tesla is remembered as a genius who shaped the world with his groundbreaking inventions. But Tesla wasn't limited to engineering. He had often spoken about the deeper mysteries of life. His ideas went beyond science, touching on energy, vibrations, and the nature of existence itself. One of his most shocking claims was, "The Spirit of God is not what you think." Here, Tesla revealed his understanding of the Spirit of God and the universe. What could he have meant by this, and what did he eventually reveal? Join us as we uncover Tesla's intriguing views on the universe and spirituality. The shocking truth about number 3, 6, and 9. Tesla, one of the most brilliant inventors and scientists, had a fascinating view on the universe and spirituality. He was a deeply spiritual man, but he believed that the Spirit of God is not what many people think it is. Nikola's beliefs did not follow the patterns of normal religion. Rather, his ideas combined his scientific insights with a great respect for the mysteries of life and the cosmos. To him, spirituality wasn't limited to church doctrines or any other religious rituals. Instead, it was tied to the larger forces that govern existence, forces he sought to understand through his groundbreaking work. This perspective makes Tesla different, revealing a unique blend of science and spirituality. But wasn't the only inventor with this unique view on spirituality. There are many other scientists that shared similar views. However, Tesla's view is groundbreaking. It will definitely interest you to know. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe." This statement, as mysterious as it is, has captured the imagination of scientists, philosophers, and spiritual leaders for generations. Tesla believed these numbers weren't just ordinary. They carried a unique power that could reveal the secrets of existence itself. He often spoke of energy, vibration, and frequency as the foundation of the universe, and he was convinced that 3, 6, and 9 held a special place in this universal pattern. Numbers have long fascinated humanity, not just as a way to count, but as symbols of universal truths. Ancient thinkers like Pythagoras believed that numbers were the essence of all things, revealing hidden patterns in the universe. For Pythagoras, numbers weren't limited to mathematics, but extended into philosophy, music, and spirituality. One of his key teachings was the process of reducing larger numbers to a single-digit essence. For instance, he taught that numbers could be reduced to their simplest form, like turning 27 into 2 plus 7 equal to 9, which revealed something unique about their nature. Tesla's idea of the importance of 3, 6, and 9 reflects Pythagoras' belief that numbers shape both the physical world and the spiritual realm. But that's not all. Tesla's exploration would lead him further. Pythagoras also assigned specific meanings to numbers, which may explain why Tesla found 3, 6, and 9 so captivating. The number 3 symbolized completeness, often seen as a representation of balance in the natural world. The number 6, associated with creation and beauty, reflected the perfection found in patterns like the hexagonal shapes of honeycombs. The number 9, considered the most sacred of all single digits, represented wisdom and the completion of a cycle. For Pythagoras, these numbers weren't just abstract, they were reflections of the divine order governing the universe. Tesla, in his own way, expanded upon these ideas, suggesting that 3, 6, and 9 weren't just significant, but might hold the very key to the universe. The fascination with numbers didn't stop with Pythagoras. Plato, one of the greatest philosophers of antiquity, also believed that the universe was created using mathematical principles. In his works, such as Timaeus, Plato described how numbers and geometric patterns formed the foundation of the cosmos. He argued that understanding these patterns could help explain the order and beauty of the cosmos. Similarly, Vitruvius, an ancient Roman architect, saw numbers and proportions as the key to creating structures that reflected the divine. Their work laid the foundation for seeing numbers not just as human creations, but as the language of the universe. In more recent times, researchers like Marco Rodin have continued to explore the significance of numbers. Tesla's ideas also align with him. Marco Rodin studied the patterns created by numbers. Rodin discovered that when you repeatedly double numbers and reduce them to single digits, a pattern emerges. For example, doubling 1 gives 2, then 4, then 8, and so on. But 3, 6, and 9 stand apart from these cycles. Rodin called them the control keys of the universe, suggesting they hold a special role in how reality works. Tesla's belief in these numbers as the foundation of energy and frequency fits perfectly with Rodin's findings. Rodin's research further supports the idea that 3, 6, and 9 have a special place in the universe's mathematical design. He suggested that these numbers act as a kind of universal code, governing the flow of energy and vibration throughout existence. Tesla's fascination with energy and frequency also fits into this, which further shows how these numbers might not only describe but actively shape the universe's structure. For Tesla, these ideas weren't just theories, they were keys to understanding the very structure of the universe. But here's another shocker about Tesla's beliefs. The idea that numbers are the language of creation isn't just about science or math, it touches on spirituality. For centuries, people have used numbers to understand the divine. Tesla's belief in 3, 6, and 9 as universal keys ties into the idea of sacred geometry, where numbers and shapes reveal the order of the cosmos. For example, the triangle, with its 3 sides, represents harmony, while hexagons, with 6 sides, often appear in nature, like in honeycombs. The number 9, being the highest, is seen as a symbol of enlightenment. These numbers seem to describe the world's spiritual design. Tesla's statement about the Spirit of God is a challenge to think differently about divinity. Instead of imagining God as separate from the universe, he saw divine patterns in the way everything works, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. For Tesla, understanding 3, 6, and 9 wasn't just about math, it was about uncovering the spiritual truth behind existence. This idea should inspire us to see numbers not as cold calculations, but as symbols of something greater. Throughout history, people like Tesla, Pythagoras, Plato, and Rodin have tried to understand the universe through numbers. Their discoveries reveal the connection between mathematics and spirituality. Tesla's fascination with 3, 6, and 9 may mean that the universe may hold more secrets waiting to be uncovered by those who look closely. Beyond this, there is another fascinating concept which both shows how music has shaped the universe. Keep watching to know more interesting facts. The music, math, and matrix concept. The idea that the universe works like a combination of music and math is quite compelling. Based on this concept, the universe might be a connected system that works using music and math. This system, called a matrix, is like a plan that shows how everything is linked and works together. It's the foundation for everything that exists, including the physical and spiritual worlds. Nikola Tesla believed that sound and frequencies were key to creating reality. His ideas seem to merge old belief, modern science, and some religious teachings. They all point to a universe that's connected and carefully designed. The word matrix means source, or womb in Latin. It's the starting point for creation, where everything is connected. Today, we can think of the matrix as the foundation of reality. It holds together the physical world, energy, and even our thoughts. Tesla's ideas about energy and vibration fit perfectly into this concept. He saw the universe as a living system governed by frequencies, with sound and vibration shaping matter and energy. Building on this idea, let's explore how sound and vibration work. In physics, sound is a type of vibration that travels through air, water, or other materials. These vibrations create waves that can be measured in terms of frequency, or how fast the waves move. Frequencies are what make sound possible, and they also influence how energy behaves. Tesla believed that everything in the universe vibrates at its own frequency. This idea suggests that the universe itself might operate like a big musical instrument, with every part resonating in harmony. But here's a fascinating question. What if certain frequencies have the power to shape not just the physical world, but also our emotions and behavior? The truth behind this question will blow your mind. One area where the power of frequency could be seen is in music. Music is one of the clearest examples of how sound and frequency affect the universe. One specific frequency, known as a 440, has been the standard tuning for musical instruments since the early 20th century. This means that the note A above middle C vibrates at 440 cycles per second. However, Some researchers argue that this tuning wasn't chosen for purely musical reasons. They claim it was promoted by influential figures like Rockefeller and Goebbels for its potential to influence human emotions and behavior. This idea is based on the belief that frequencies can directly affect the body and mind, changing how we feel and think. Before A440 became the standard, many musicians used A432. Some people think A432 is a more natural frequency that matches the vibrations of the universe and our bodies. They believe it can help us relax, heal, and feel more connected to nature. On the other hand, they think A440 might make us feel tense or disconnected. While this is still being discussed, it's interesting to see how frequency might affect our energy and well-being. The impact of sound and frequency on human bioenergy goes beyond music. Studies have shown that specific frequencies can influence brainwaves, the electrical patterns in our brains that affect how we think and perceive the world. Certain sounds can induce states of relaxation. This shows the effect that vibration has on human consciousness. Tesla's belief in the power of frequency ties into this idea. It suggests that understanding and using the right vibrations could help us achieve greater spiritual awareness. But that's not all. There are more interesting concepts about matrix and music. The idea of the matrix isn't just about science, it's also found in religious and spiritual texts. The Bible, for example, uses the term matrix to describe a place where things begin or are created. In Exodus chapter 13, verse 12, it refers to the womb, showing the connection between the matrix and the creation of life. This idea is similar to Tesla's vision of the universe as a living, vibrating system where energy comes from a central source. Many religious teachings emphasize that everything is connected, which echoes the idea that the matrix is the foundation of both the physical and spiritual worlds. This connection between spirituality and science is also seen in the work of other visionaries, including Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, one of history's greatest thinkers, also explored ideas that aligns with the concept of the musical mathematical matrix. Some of his works focus on the role of water, sound, and frequencies in creation, beyond the connections between sound, vibration, and the matrix, as well as the ideas of Tesla, Da Vinci, and the biblical concept of the matrix. There's another idea that sheds more light on the universe, the connection between water and creation. This idea holds the most shocking secret about the universe, the hidden truth about water and creation. Water has always been regarded as one of the most important and mysterious elements, not just in science, but also in religion and philosophy. In spiritual texts, like the Bible's Genesis, water is described as the key element in the creation of the universe. Genesis chapter 1 verse states, "The Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters," showing the role of water in the beginning of life. Nikola Tesla's statement that "the Spirit of God is not what you think" connects deeply to this concept. Additionally, the role of water is seen in the story of Moses. As an infant, Moses is saved when his mother places him in a basket and sends him down the Nile River. Later in his life, Moses leads the Israelites across the parted Red Sea, using water both as a barrier and a passage. Water is remarkable in many other ways, especially when we look at it from a scientific perspective. Its molecular structure is tetrahedral, meaning each water molecule forms a shape like a pyramid with 4 sides. This allows water molecules to bond with each other and with other substances in a unique way. Because of this, water is often called the universal solvent, because it can dissolve many substances over time. Water also has liquid crystal properties, which means it can organize itself into specific patterns, much like the pixels in a digital screen. These patterns are not random. They respond to changes in the environment, such as sound, vibration, and even thought. For example, Dr. Masaru Emoto's research showed that water crystals can change shape depending on the energy and intentions directed toward them. Another fascinating aspect of water is its ability to become superconductive. In this state, water can carry electrical currents without resistance, making it a conductor of energy and information. This is not only important for preserving life, but also for transmitting energy, including divine or cosmic energy. Tesla's focus on energy and vibration aligns with this idea, as water becomes a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. Tesla's ideas about the universe also fit with AI, a captivating concept. Humans as digital bio-holographic precipitations of divine energy. This phrase suggests that humans are not just physical beings, but are formed from energy patterns that project into the physical world. Like holograms, we are made from light and vibration, with water serving as the medium that brings these patterns to life. About 70% of the human body is made up of water, which means that water is essential to our very existence. the water inside our cells interacts with electromagnetic frequencies, which enables communication within our bodies and with the outside world. Tesla believed that understanding these would unlock the mysteries of life. He points to the idea that humans are connected to the universe through the energy that flows in water. Leonardo da Vinci, another great thinker, also studied the movement of water, observing swirling water patterns that he believed held secrets to the cosmos. Da Vinci believed that water was the main force behind nature. He also studied how sound waves moved through water, finding patterns that hinted at a hidden structure of reality. These studies suggest that Da Vinci, like Tesla, saw sound and vibration as key to understanding the universe. Da Vinci's focus on water connects to the idea that the matrix is not just an abstract concept, but also closely tied to the natural elements. Water, with its flowing and adaptable nature, represents how everything is connected. When sound and vibration are added to water, they create patterns that reveal the hidden order of the universe. This is known as cymatics, which is the study of how sound waves move through materials like water. The relationship between water, frequencies, and the formation of the universe becomes even clearer through cymatics. When specific frequencies are played near a pool of water, the water forms beautiful shapes, such as flowers, stars, or mandalas. These patterns show that sound and vibration don't just affect living things. They can actually organize matter into structured forms. This idea ties into Tesla's belief that energy and vibration are the forces that shape reality. The idea that water helps bring divine energy and life to the world also fits with modern science. Quantum physics says that the universe is made of energy, and water has special properties that might help this energy interact with the physical world. This idea also fits with the concept that humans are made of energy patterns that come from a higher realm, and that we take shape from these patterns. But that's not all. Tesla's idea also revealed the connection between faith and science. Stay tuned, because you're going to know how ancient spiritual principles reflect in science. The connection between faith and science. Tesla believed that the universe operates on principles of energy, and to fully understand the divine nature of creation, we need to rediscover ancient knowledge and the creative power of faith. Leonardo, a great polymath, has also made significant contributions to this field. A polymath is someone who studies and excels in many areas of knowledge. Da Vinci has combined science and art to uncover the mysteries of life. He could see the big picture and connect the dots. This way of thinking matches Tesla's ideas. Both men believed that unlocking the secrets of creation required curiosity and a willingness to explore all disciplines. However, polymathy is more than just knowing a lot about different things. It is about connecting knowledge from various areas to discover new insights. Da Vinci's studies of water, for example, were not limited to scientific observations. Unfortunately, history shows that such expansive thinking has often been discouraged. Language, one of humanity's greatest tools, has sometimes been used to simplify or distort complex ideas. For instance, when the King James Bible was translated in 1611, many believe its language was intentionally simplified to make it more accessible. While this made the text easier to read, it also removed some of the deeper meanings and spiritual concepts found in earlier versions. Over time, this watering down of ideas contributed to a narrowing of human understanding, making it harder for people to see the bigger picture of creation and their role in it. Tesla's vision of faith and intention offers a way to reclaim this lost understanding. For Tesla, faith was not just a religious concept, it was a tool for interacting with the universe. When someone prays or focuses their intention with genuine belief, they are sending out vibrations that align with the energy of creation. This idea has parallels in science, particularly in the concept of resonance. Resonance occurs when a system vibrates in harmony with an external frequency, amplifying the energy. In a similar way, faith acts as a resonance, allowing people to connect with the divine and influence their reality. This idea ties into the concept of a covenant of creation, which is the belief that humans have the power to shape their lives and the world through faith, intention, and action. Many spiritual traditions teach that humans are co-creators with the divine, capable of manifesting their desires when they align their thoughts and emotions with universal principles. Tesla's work on energy and vibration provides a scientific foundation for this belief, which shows that everything in the universe operates through frequencies and patterns. However, society has often discouraged people from realizing this potential. Over time, institutions have promoted conformity and discouraged independent thinking. This has left many feeling disconnected from their own power and from the universal truths that thinkers like Tesla and Da Vinci want to uncover. Faith, instead of being understood as a creative and active force, is often reduced to passive belief or ritual. Today, Tesla's ideas are more relevant than ever. He believed that humanity's potential is far greater than most people realize, and that our limitations are often self-imposed. Tesla's statement, "The Spirit of God is not what you think," challenges us to rethink our understanding of divinity, faith, and human potential. What do you think about Nikola Tesla's belief in the power of numbers and the divine nature of the universe? Are you intrigued by the idea of a musical mathematical matrix that governs reality? How do you feel about the connection between water, sound, and the creation of life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.